Typhoon Wipha approaches the city, prompting authorities to cancel classes and ground hundreds of flights. The Hong Kong Observatory has hosted the T10 warning signal, indicating winds exceeding 118 kilometres per hour, posing a considerable threat to the region. The southern part of Hong Kong is currently experiencing destructive winds. Approximately 500 flights have been cancelled, with around 400 scheduled to operate later today. Over 200 people have taken refuge in government shelters, and authorities have reported fallen trees and at least one person requiring hospital treatment. In response, all-day schools and daycare centres have suspended their classes, while train services are operating on a limited basis. Meanwhile, China's Hainan and Guangdong provinces are also on high alert. The typhoon has already caused heavy rain and flooding in the Philippines, with 2 people reported missing. Well, Desmond, thank you for staying with us. Can you provide some context on some of the information we've given there? Of course, some jargon, some technical language, but how significant is this typhoon that is hitting Hong Kong? And how ready is Hong Kong to deal with this situation? Is it a common occurrence, or is this, as we've said, with the upper level and the T10 rating, is this almost as bad as it can get?
Is it a common occurrence? Well, actually, it is not, or it was not a common occurrence. These sort of occurrences would have happened because of various weather conditions that just came together at a particular time, and you could have a very, very heavy typhoon. But they're called once in 100 years occurrences. But what is happening now is that it's once in a decade, and it's coming to twice in a decade. And very soon, if we don't change our attitudes, and it's going to require fundamental changes, very soon it'll be a yearly occurrence happening in multiple locations, because we are heating up the planet beyond its normal capacity. Remember how special this planet Earth is. We have information from spectrography of many, many millions of planets. And so far, this is the only one that has the type of atmosphere that we have that can support life as we know it. And the reason why it has this capacity to support life is because of the delicate balance of the various gases that are in our atmosphere. But we've been pumping millions and hundreds of millions of tons of heat-trapping gases into our atmosphere. So we're warming up the planet beyond its normal capacity. And this is very, very serious indeed. There has to be immediate action. We, as humanity, we need to evolve. We need to now evolve beyond where we've been for thousands of years, driven by selfishness and the desire for sense gratification and greed and pride. And we are exerting far too much negativity, not just against ourselves now, but against nature. And the reality is that nature has to give back what you give her. Absolutely.
Yes,
so
and
that's
Desmond,
the reality.
Yes, sorry to interject there. We had some interference. Just before we move on, you talk about the work that humans are doing to negatively impact the environment, and of course, more extreme weather becoming the norm, it seems. What steps do need to be taken by individuals, but also potentially by heads of states and groups of countries to try and tackle this issue?
Yes, absolutely. Well, we as individuals, we have to come together. We have to come together and know that we're all inhabitants. We're all one big, big family on this wonderful, wonderful world of ours. And we have to have what they call a renewal of our minds, a change of our attitudes, a far more caring, loving, compassionate disposition towards each other. And we need to put people first, ahead of our profit, ahead of our selfish interest. And that's the wonderful silver lining on this very, very dark cloud. And the cloud is so dark because it is going to get worse to the extent that you could have these catastrophes happening all over the place on a regular basis. But it doesn't have to get that way. And I'm very, very confident that we shall change our attitudes because, hey, guess what? For the children's sake, and who doesn't love children? Come on, for their sake, for the young people's sake, we have to change. And we have a window of opportunity to make that change. We haven't gone past what they call the tipping points where you won't even be able to reverse the situation. We haven't reached there yet, but we're heading headlong towards it, and our foot is still on the accelerator. So it's a wake-up call for humanity, and we should know that we're all just brothers and sisters in one big family, and we need to express far more care and compassion towards each other and nurture nature. Love Mother Nature. Hey, guess what? Is she going to love us back?
Yes, Desmond Majek Odunmi, thank you ever so much for taking the time to